English for teaching purposes. Helping students process new information.
Yes, we do know you're not language teachers. But when you teach your subjects in a foreign language, that language itself becomes an essential part of your class. This video offers a few suggestions on how to plan and deliver your lessons without overlooking the language issue. Do not oversimplify content. Simplify language. The contents in subjects taught in a foreign language should be the same ones you teach in your regular classes. Language, though, can be simplified. And by simplifying, I mean using structures and vocabulary that are understood. This doesn't mean dumbing down the language, but making it comprehensible. Create a class routine that suits the needs of the subject. Adding some structure to your classes will help students anticipate what comes next. It will also require the use of classroom language that students need to be familiar with. Change aspects of your routine from time to time to shake things up. Break the class into manageable chunks. Plan your classes as a series of loops rather than a single unit. Use signposting language to mark the transitions between each section of the class. Anticipate potential language problems and prepare for them. It is a very broad suggestion, yes, but we'll give you more details next. In your lectures, you will use new language that you would like your students to use when their turn comes. That's why it is important to highlight such language. It won't take too much of an effort on your part, and it will help your students learn more and better. Make your lessons comprehensible. Your goal is to communicate. Errors aren't important. What is important is that students understand you, that you get your points across. Use simple language peppered with the adequate technical or scientific terms. Speak slowly. Pause frequently. This one's really difficult for me. Slow down. Give students time to take in the message. Stop. Take a breath. Take a break. Pre-teach scientific or technical terms. You can do that by preparing glossaries or word lists, even word clouds. Prepare class outlines. Present them at the beginning of the class or make them available to students before the actual lesson. Use supporting materials. Charts, graphs, props, demonstrations, realia. Anything that brings the information you're dealing with down to earth will help students get the contents better. Audiovisual materials should be accompanied by comprehension tasks. Students should know what the goal of the activity is from the start. You can combine general comprehension questions with gap-filling activities, for example. The first focus on the gist and the second can be focused on language. Check for comprehension. Ask specific questions that require little elaboration. Stay away from questions like, "Is this clear?" "Are you following?" or Do you understand? Since they will invariably be answered affirmatively whether students have understood or not. Draw your students' attention to useful language. While teaching, stop and highlight expressions, words, language chunks that you deem useful for your students. Write them on the board and repeat them if necessary. Use signposting language. Connectors, expressions that make transitions explicit, are essential in classes delivered in a foreign language. Be generous. Use them frequently. Help get the message across with body language. Encourage the use of L2. But if you ever need to make use of a shared first language, don't be afraid to do it. As the course progresses, most interactions will naturally occur in the second language. You'll see. Give it some time. Go online. You will find invaluable language resources online. Glossaries, classroom language expressions, scientific and technical language, thesauri, academic writing resources. Use them to your students' advantage. Make an efficient selection and recommend only a short, manageable list of resources. And now you're all set to use these strategies in class to raise language awareness. See you next time!